Today, we get our minds together to figure out how to save Xbox. What do we do with Game Pass? And what do we do about their exclusives lineup? Let's find out on the Late Night Gamer podcast. Welcome back to the Late Night Gamer podcast. I'm your host, Welchy, joined as always by my co-hosts, Mr. Pop Figures himself, Andy.
Hello, guys. Yep, happy to be back, and God knows what's going to save Xbox, but yeah, happy to talk about it at least.
That's what we're here to figure out. And also joined by the second best rematch player I know, Jack.
Hi everyone. Yeah, looking forward to this podcast. I think we've all got pretty good ideas on maybe how to save podcasts, save Xbox.
Save podcasts.
Save
What do we do
podcasts.
to save
What do we
podcasts?
do?
I've been trying for 2 years and it's a slow process. So yeah, as we said, we're going to be talking about Xbox today and how we would save them. But before we do that, let's go quickly into our new segment, Late Night Family Time. So this is where we go through some of the comments we've had, any of the discussions that have been had on Discord from our community. So first up on YouTube, Ben, who's also in our Discord, but he replied to our last week's video, which was our review. Gears of War E-Day and what other game did we review last week? There's 2 games. Oh, Marvel Socken. God, yeah, that game's been and gone. Ben, actually, the comment's got nothing to do with those games. His comment says, "Get a merch store up and running. Great podcast, guys." That was obviously in feedback to Andy's cap that he's wearing again today. With the Late Night Podcast logo. I would love to get a merch shop set up. That is definitely a dream for one day, just not right now. Maybe one day if we get once we're a bit further along the line, maybe we'll do it, but for now we'll just buy our own stuff and you can enjoy watching us wearing it. On Discord, Big Z made us, or specifically me, but he did, the rest of us made us aware of a new Ratchet and Clank mobile game. I haven't tried it out yet. Have you guys bothered downloading it yet?
No, not yet.
I don't really play many mobile games, so
that was my responsibility.
Especially games like that.
Yeah. But I might look into it at some point. But currently Balattro's on my phone and I have to delete that first because otherwise I'm going to just keep seeing it on my screen and just go on that instead. Another thing that happened on Discord this week is Stephen has taken a lot of abuse, mostly for his God of War review, which was two episodes ago now. And it's funny that ever since that review, he has missed the last 2 gaming podcasts.
He's like avoiding it.
Yeah, I think he's avoiding the issue. I think he's avoiding the abuse. But people have been giving him some stick on Discord about it. Obviously, for those that don't remember, or feel free to go back and listen to episodes ago, but he gave it an 8.5 out of 10, which is obviously a very good score. But there's some suggestions that maybe he didn't actually want to give that score. He wanted to go lower and felt peer pressured by the 3 of us. And then I think, Andy, you put that picture of him watching or playing God of War with his God of War merch everywhere as well, which was quite funny.
Yeah.
There was also a lot of beef over Fortnite this week, which was crazy to me because I can't believe this game is
that's right.
9 years old, longer? No, 9 years old, and is still producing this much comments and like discussion. A lot of beef over the sprite collecting, who's doing better. Like basically more abuse on Steven. Basically, Steven's been having it this week, including Big Z leaking the DMs again. But I think it was proven to be a ChatGPT.
They may have been doctored.
Yeah. It would be funny if it was.
And finally, I put a poll up on the Discord saying, if you were Xbox, what game would you focus on first? Now, I will read out the options that were there before reading out the answer. Obviously, this relates to what we're about to talk about, I should say. Podcast polls. So the options were Fallout 5, Halo 6, Blade, and Diablo 5. Now, the reason I didn't put obviously a Gears game is because they're doing it. And I didn't put Elder Scrolls because they're doing that. So just something that we're not officially aware of. And 80% of people said Fallout 5. 20% said Blade. Swifty on Discord said that any answer that isn't Fallout is outrageous. So there's 20% of people that disagree. But yes, it seems that Fallout 5 is the one that most people would like to see. That leads us nicely onto our topic this week, how we would save Xbox. Now, we haven't really set any kind of boundaries to this. It's basically we all come and pitch some ideas, more of a discussion. Doesn't even have to be like a full pitch or anything. We can do what we want here, but
Yeah.
Xbox are obviously in third place, arguably fourth place if you count Steam. I think most people would choose to play on PlayStation, Steam, or Nintendo before they choose Xbox right now. And I feel like
That is
Xbox
crazy.
players just keep getting bad news after mediocre release after mediocre release. So, how would we save Xbox? Obviously they got new management. I can't remember the lady's name who's now CEO. I can't remember the guy who was CEO before. What was his name? I can't remember. But anyway, a lot of change at Xbox. Now is a pivotal time for them to kind of fix things. And one of the things they have done or tried to do is make Gears an exclusive game again. So obviously Gears Reloaded came to PlayStation last year, which everyone thought was them saying, look at PlayStation, look at this game we've got, and then look at this E-Day which coming next year, make sure you buy it. They've then gone, actually, no, let's make Gears E-Day an exclusive. Keep Gears on the Xbox, which is an interesting decision. We'll see if it pays off. Obviously, they're going to lose a lot of money by not having those extra sales on PlayStation. But by all means, it sounds like Reloaded didn't do that well anyway. So that's one thing they've done. Obviously, they've got this handheld console. Remind me, Jack, it's called the ROG Ally Xbox X one, which is not their own one, but they've partnered with ROG Ally to make a Xbox specific or branded one. And we don't know anything else about plans for the further consoles. They said they're doing them still. They're not pulling out of consoles. When that's going to be, what it's going to be, who knows. So, where would we like to start? I think Jack is itching to talk about Game Pass, which has obviously been around since I think 2015. What do you want to get off your chest about Game Pass, Jack?
Oh, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have spoke about it on the podcast before, but it's just, when you look at Nintendo, well, they have Switch Online, which they mainly just port old games to.
Yep.
So you might get like a GameCube game or Game Boy game, etc., etc., which they're not really losing any money out of that. They're only gaining money. PlayStation, when you look at all their PlayStation Plus stuff, it's all sometimes you do get a newish game, like it might only be a year old, but it might have performed bad to the point that the company have gone to PlayStation and said, I don't know, there must be some kind of deal that says like you can put this on PlayStation Plus if we get a certain amount of money from it. Yeah,
they do have some first day releases, just not as many as I would like.
Never. Like Wolverine would never be.
Oh no, never a PlayStation game.
Yeah,
more.
Yeah.
They have like third party deals, more indie games.
Yeah, exactly. Which is fine because that'll boost sales. But then you just look at Xbox, and I think since the first iteration of Game Pass, they've been doing day one releases on it, which is great for gamers because
love it.
Yeah, because there's been many a time when a game's been released and we might be reviewing it, and I think you've asked me to review it, and I think that's probably not a game I'd buy. So I can pay for 1 month of Game Pass, try and get the game completed in that within that month, and then cancel it, and then that's it. As where, like, there's been many games I've bought that could be well, actually no, not really PlayStation exclusives, but going along that lines, there's many games I have bought which probably as soon as I've tried, I thought all the previews looked good, I thought everything looked good about it, but when I've played it, I've gone, not really for me. But they would still get the full sale from me of the game, and I look at that from Xbox putting all their day ones on there, and I think it's just not a good way to do business, because I think games do still sell, and that has been proven through games releasing on PlayStation. All the games that aren't exclusives that just release and aren't on Game Pass. Nintendo, I know you can make the argument for Nintendo that their games sell because it's a very loyal fan base and they're going to get picked up no matter what. But I just think you've got to back the brand that you're putting out and just trust that people are going to buy it like they have in the past. And yeah, I just think there's many issues that come with Game Pass. I think does it because the developers of games are probably getting a payment before the games even come out, because I find it hard how when someone buys Game Pass, you can't, and even though they might buy Game Pass, just play the new Forza. I don't see in their financial accounts that they're going to go, oh well, that person played Forza, so their Game Pass money can go to was it Playhouse, or was it called
Playground.
Playground games. It will just be whenever a game's coming onto it, they'll get a bulk payment from the start, I imagine. I don't know what it is, but that's how I imagine it would be.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think the amount of people who will just buy it monthly, that's not earning them any money. And then also even the people who are buying a whole year, when that's split up in between all the different developers they have doing games, it's surely still going to be less than someone just buying the game outright.
All good arguments. I obviously a big fan of Game Pass only because on the gamer side of it, because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
benefited from it massively. However, saying that, last year they did the whole price increase, and I was like, well, that's it, I'm gone. They've since come back on that and said, actually, we'll bring it back down, but you can't
yeah,
have Call of Duty Day One anymore, which is not the end of the world for me. But that now means I'm not playing Call of Duty ever again because I'm not going to buy it. So fine. I'm now paying for it currently because Resonance of Plague Tale comes out next week, or this week actually. And I bought it a while ago for something else that I was playing. Oh, Forza probably, and a few others. And I just kept it going because there's been little things to play. And Gears beta, the Gears E-Day beta was, I thought I needed it for that. I didn't actually end up needing it, but fine. In terms of it's clearly not working though, like you say, because Xbox are constantly, it feels like every week there's a news article saying Xbox have laid off this many people from this studio. This studio is up for sale. This studio is closed down. This studio, they're thinking about it. This studio, this, that. This game's cancelled. This game's cancelled. And it's like, this, as good as Game Pass is for consumers, it clearly isn't for Xbox. It's clearly not working. The problem they have is you take that away, and I think you piss off even more people.
yeah,
You all of a sudden say, actually, look, we're really fucking struggling. We're going to have to make Xbox games come onto the service in 6 months after release. One, you piss off people. Two, I think people go, all right, I'll wait 6 months and get it on Game Pass. But I just think you're going to piss off so many people if you say, like what PlayStation do, like you said, Jack, like it's a year or more, then they come onto the service. Everyone's going to go, well, that isn't what we were sold originally, so I'm going to unsubscribe. You're not giving me enough other stuff that I want to play on there, so I'm going to unsubscribe. Maybe that's what they need to do, just get less subscribers and get more people buying their games. But that leads me on to another issue with Xbox, what we're going to, is their games aren't good enough.
yeah.
A lot of people are buying Game Pass because they're worried about their games. Like, Resonance of Plague Tale isn't, and I don't think it's an Xbox exclusive. But for example, Starfield was actually quite good. I enjoyed Starfield, but not everyone loves Starfield. And I think there's a lot of worry about it. So not everyone would have picked it up day one. A lot of people would have been like, oh, try it on Game Pass. Forza, I wouldn't buy that. I tried it because it was on Game Pass. So what was the game that came out? Redfall. Redfall was a game that was made by Arcane, one of the Arcane studios, and launched on Game Pass, and it just did terribly. Like, it was bug ridden, terrible performance, and just was a all over crap game. I think they've improved it now, but I think even though a lot of people were pissed off about it, the uproar would have been massive if they'd charged 70 quid for that game and released it in that state.
Yeah, but then those people might have got refunded.
But then
That's
Xbox are in
happened
the same
before, like
position, you know what I mean? At least in this case, they're
I,
getting some money from Game Pass. That's not an
with
excuse. You should be making good games.
yeah. With Xbox, does Game Pass include their online subscription, or do they not have that? Because obviously with
It's
PlayStation,
so funny
you
now,
have
isn't it?
PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, because I feel like no one talks about that anymore, but that is still a thing. Like, certain games
'Cause
don't require it. I think certain games, when I say that, I mean Fortnite. I think Fortnite can be played without it. But there's a lot
okay,
of multiplayer games, say like Call of Duty and some others, that will still require it. And
yeah,
same with
yeah,
Nintendo and Xbox, there is still a requirement. And I think, yes, Game Pass would definitely include that.
That's
okay.
funny
'Cause
because, sorry, I was just gonna say you don't need it on PC to play online through the
It's a
Xbox app.
completely console specific
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
It's a joke.
Yeah, which
I
is crazy. Yeah.
yeah, I've always thought it's been stupid because you pay for internet, you pay for your broadband already indoors, and then you're having to pay an additional fee to play online games,
They would
basically.
call it like maintenance fee, right? Like they're keeping the servers up, they're keeping the party chats running, blah blah. But it's like we're not in Xbox 360 era anymore. Like I think we can get past that now and just move on. And
Yeah.
we already give you
Yeah,
money for Game
I,
Pass.
I feel like obviously on the PlayStation side of things, we forget about that because obviously there's the higher tiers, which I think a lot of people probably do get those. I don't know what the actual numbers are, but I know obviously me and you actually had that, or like throughout the years, I've had extra or premium,
Mhm.
whichever one it is, and those do grant access to a lot of games. But I think the issue with Xbox is, and I know I'm a bit different because I've sort of joined later, and then all the games I haven't played, I've then had that on the catalog of games on PlayStation, like The Last of Us, God of War, Spider-Man, Miles Morales. I've played all of that through the PlayStation Plus subscription. So if I was to have an Xbox and jumped on, and there's a bunch of games I haven't played over the last few years, they might not have that because those games don't exist, which I think then the issue does come down to the quality of games that they have available. Even if like I don't think they need to release their brand new games day one onto Games Pass because PlayStation don't do that with a lot of their, like they don't do that with any of their big games. The ones coming up like well, we played Lost Records, that was day one.
Fucking hell,
We
yeah.
both hated that. That's just an example, obviously. And then obviously coming up, RuneScape will be on PlayStation Plus as well. So that's what I'm actually looking forward to playing on it. But
Yeah,
they're not £70. They're not AAA games.
they're third
Those
party
don't
deals as
come
well. Yeah.
until, yeah, they don't come until a lot later. So it's like, do Xbox have a big enough catalog and of like older games as well that they can be like, okay, we're gonna stop doing day one releases, but here are all these older games that we're gonna chuck out onto there over the last 5 years. That would like save them a bit in terms of not everyone will hate them, but they don't have that many games to do that. So it's like
Well,
that's the issue.
all their games are already on there. I think the only the only thing
Yeah.
that's missing is when they bought Activision, they haven't quite or migrated all of the old Activision stuff onto Game Pass yet. Like you got a few COD games, but not many. The Transformer games aren't on there. Like there's a lot of Activision stuff that they could put on there.
Okay.
And I do agree that they don't have to do it day one. They're big releases. So Gears E Day and what else is coming this year from them? Is that it? Is that it?
Next Fable will be next year.
Fable will be next year, yeah.
Oh, they had that. Was that Game Freak game? Was that Xbox
Beast of
exclusive?
Reincarnation, yeah, that's on Game
Yeah.
Pass.
Yeah.
They don't have to. The whole issue is that they've done it for so long. If you take it away now, it's a problem.
Yeah.
That is the
Yeah.
problem they're in. So how do we save it? Do we make Game Pass cheaper? In my mind,
Can't make it cheaper.
I know because I know. I saw an article saying that Xbox thought they'd have double the amount of subscribers by now.
Yeah,
I
I
was
saw that.
thinking
Yeah.
you've massively. I think you've massively under-egged like the popularity of Xbox, and two, they're still, like we said, people still do like physical. Like there's still those people that just won't buy the Game Pass ones because they want it physical.
Yeah.
So there's that, and there's people that just don't want to pay monthly and will rather just buy that one game every now and then. So there's multiple factors to it. I think Xbox personally need to make a decision. They need to either give up on consoles or don't. If they're going to give up on consoles, they need to go all in on the Game Pass side and basically admit we are a publisher. We are Sega. We are who used to make consoles themselves. We are the Netflix of video games. We are just going to get this massive catalog. And instead of making a console, what we're actually going to make is a USB, not a USB, like a HDMI stick, like a Fire Stick. You plug it into the back of a telly, and the games come straight onto there. Now, obviously, there'd be a little bit of a streaming element to that, so it wouldn't be a perfect way to play. But I don't know. That is what I see as an option for them. Is just dive fully in to that side of things. I would personally rather them go more back to the old days of making good games. I just don't see a way of them getting rid of Game Pass without shooting themselves in the foot.
How much does
Yeah,
Game Pass cost at the moment?
I can check
And
if you want.
Yeah, if you don't
and
mind checking.
does it only have like one tier to it? You can only
No,
just buy. There's only
no.
one. Okay.
So there's a tier called, and I can't remember the name. I think it's called Game Pass Core. And Game Pass Core is basically much less titles, and titles come much later. I
Okay,
think
so
it's
that's the
called
basic
Core.
version of it.
Yeah, something like that. Then they've got Ultimate. I think it's just the two. Other than they've got one which is just for PC as well,
Oh
which
no,
is separate.
there's
Okay.
Okay, go on and
three
tell me.
tiers. So PC only
Yeah, okay.
is $10.99 a month. But then for the cross-platform ones, you have Essential, which is $6.99 a month, but you only have 50 plus games.
Yeah, that's the one
Okay.
on. It's like very select games.
Yeah, Premium is $10.99, so same as just the regular PC one. That's 200 plus
Okay.
games, and that says select new games within 1 year.
Yeah, so Gears E Day won't
Okay.
go
Oh,
onto
they've
that on day
changed it
one.
then. Yeah,
So
and then
I could.
Ultimate is $16.99.
Okay. So I could basically buy an Xbox, get Ultimate Game Pass, and then just have access to every single game. Like I wouldn't even have to buy anything really,
Yeah,
other than
every
like you say, Gears Day
well,
coming
every
out. But
game that isn't on Game Pass will be a multi-platform game that you can just play on PlayStation. Do you know what I mean? So I use
yeah,
Xbox as a Game Pass machine. Everything I want to buy,
yeah,
I'm thinking about buying Gears and canceling Game Pass because once Gears comes out, you've got GTA, and there's nothing really until Fable, which I think we'll probably get on PlayStation anyway, Andy. So
yeah, definitely.
there's not going to be anything for me for Game Pass for a while. So I'm thinking of just buying E Day just so I have that and don't have to worry about any subscriptions. Um,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I've lost what the question was. Then I went off a tangent. What was
No,
talking about?
I asked about the different, obviously the tier services because I was thinking if they just had one tier, could they then just break that down and do what PlayStation do with PlayStation Plus and have the basic version, the extra version, and
Yeah,
then the premium version? But
I think they've already done that. But yeah, that was what you said. You said you could just buy an Xbox and play everything, and that is one of the
yeah,
benefits. You can just do that on, but you can argue you can do that on PlayStation. If you're a new, if I don't know, if someone come up to me and said, "Look, I want to get into gaming. I want to buy a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox. What should I get?" I'd be like, "Get a PlayStation because you can get PlayStation
Exactly.
Plus and start playing all these classic games that you've missed out on. And then once you've done all
yeah,
them, then you can start buying them on day one." And I think Sony. It's a shame for Xbox because Xbox come up with the idea first, and then PlayStation have just nicked it, but perfected it as a corporate product rather than Game Pass as the perfect consumer product. But that's had negative side effects for Xbox because they're going to go out of business if they're not careful.
yeah. At the end of the day, I think it comes down to the games, like the exclusive games and stuff. Because if you have both these services on both the PlayStation and Xbox and they were exactly the same, you're still going to choose PlayStation over Xbox because you've got better quality games to go to.
Yeah, I agree. So on the topic of exclusives, what would you do there? Like, so at the moment, it feels like we're just getting Gears games, Halo games, Forza games,
They need to move away, in my opinion, from their
as in stop making
eh,
Gears games.
not stop make okay, maybe not stop making them because obviously they still have those fan bases who would have an Xbox because of those games sort of thing.
Yeah,
But like from a personal point of view, like I'm always going to have PlayStation, but if I was to decide to go out and buy an Xbox, I don't feel like they've got the exclusive games to draw me in. Like it's just Gears. For me, it's just Gears. Obviously, I know for other people it might be Halo and Forza as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
But if they started like we've got Wolverine coming out on the 15th, if obviously one of the games in the poll was Blade, and that was actually me that voted for that. Um, and I think if they then had a Blade game coming out, and obviously it wouldn't just take a Blade game, they'd have to have a couple more exclusives as well
Yeah.
for me to make that decision. But if they had games like Blade coming up coming out at the same time as Wolverine or after Wolverine, I'm going to be playing Wolverine thinking this is an amazing game. And then if I see Blade advertised, I'm like, oh, that looks sick. But then it's only Xbox only. That could tempt me.
Yeah.
If they had more games like that as well alongside it, more exclusives like similar to that,
So
then that would potentially tempt me into get one.
Obviously, as PlayStation players, I know, Jack, you've got PC, so you can access it, but it was a good when we was getting these PlayStation Xbox games on Xbox games on PlayStation, like we're getting Fable in February. It's good for PlayStation.
I'm so glad we're still getting Fable. Yeah.
However, would we both agree to save Xbox, they have to fucking can that and just keep their exclusives on Xbox?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Million percent.
Because like I'm so happy. Like Fable actually looks really good, and again, if they then have Blade, Fable coming out, and like more games like that, I would start to be like FOMO.
Yes,
sort of
that's the thing. It's FOMO, and
so,
I can imagine being an Xbox player, particularly in like the back end of the PS4 era, like 2018. Say 2018, everyone on Xbox is looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2, but everyone on PlayStation's like, we've got God of War coming, we've got Spider-Man coming, we've got Red Dead Redemption 2 coming, and then next year we've got this and this. Last of Us 2's coming the year after that. Ghost of Tsushima's coming after that, and it's like it's relentless. And like no one even knew if Tsushima would be good, but it looked good, and that was enough. And then Xbox just haven't had that in such a long time. I agree that, but okay, switch it around. If next year's showcase, they say, okay, you've had Fable this year, that was cross-party, that was the last one. From now on, everything's Xbox exclusive, and here's what we've got. And you've got Clockwork Revolution, which looks cool.
Yeah, that looks good.
And then they say Blade's coming out this year. You'd be like, oh, okay, shit, that looks good. Fallout 5's coming, and that's coming out next year, as in 2028. All of a sudden, I think people go, oh, fuck, these are just on Xbox. Like, we might
if they
have
had a 5-year plan, if they do a showcase and they're like you said, Fable or like the next Fable's coming out 2028, that's Xbox exclusive, Clockwork, another 2029. Obviously, I know this isn't actually the years that are coming out, but if they then had a 5-year lineup of all these exclusive games, you've then got a picture in your head of exactly what Xbox is going to look like in terms of new stuff that is unique and you'll be excited to play. I don't think if they just keep doing Halo, Gears, and Forza, like they've got those people already. They need new stuff. They need new exclusives that are going to draw a different audience in, basically.
Would you agree, Jack?
Yeah, 100%. I think, when you think of earlier consoles, I know Uncharted was PS3, so that was already a really good single player game and story driven game that came out on PlayStation, which definitely would have pushed people over. And I know we all like Infamous here, don't we? I know you do, Lewis.
Love Infamous,
yeah. But like those type of Infamous wasn't really a game that someone on Xbox might look at and go, "I'll get a console for that."
Yeah.
No, but I think definitely since I've gotten older, I'm less inclined to play multiplayer games. Maybe because we all have got slightly older that we're less inclined. But I think when the 360 first came out, and online gaming was a lot easier for like the whole gaming population, that there was a big multiplayer boom. Like everyone just wanted to play games online, and like there was a big shooter boom as well after the first Modern Warfare. That there was a lot of effort going into that, and then as it's slowly dwindling down and maybe just being pushed towards Fortnite and games like that, where where it's carrying on, then PlayStation did a really good job of bringing out IPs that are story-driven, single player that people really want to play, and that people who may have been on Xbox One saw these games, especially watching like Let's Plays on YouTube or watching streamers. They've watched them play these games, they've seen how good the stories are, and they're thinking, well, of course I'm going to get a PS5 because I want more of this. And then Xbox just hasn't caught up with that. And I think I'm not a game creator. I wouldn't know what IPs they'd have to create, but it's just, will they be starting too late to go, here's a new IP, it's single player story driven something, blah blah blah, that people would go, well, we've already got new stuff coming on PlayStation that they're already just happy with.
And
so
part of that, I think the problem is when Naughty Dog announced Intergalactic, if that Intergalactic demo trailer didn't have Naughty Dog's logo on it, everyone's like, oh, okay, we'll see what that looks like when it comes out.
Yeah.
It has
Yeah.
Naughty Dog's logo on it, and everyone's like, oh my fucking God, this is going to be the best thing ever. It's like, there's a reputation thing here. And
Yeah.
say if the Coalition stopped doing Gears and they put out a new trailer for something completely new, I can't even imagine what it is, right? A sci-fi game like Intergalactic, everyone would go, oh, okay, I mean, it's not Gears. We'll see. Like, it's not, even though we love Gears, no one's going, oh, we trust them with that. And same as if, like, I know Sony Santa Monica only make God of War, but there's rumors about Cory Barlog there making a sci-fi game. As soon as that logo comes up and you see the trailer, you're like, oh, yeah, here we go. I can't wait for that game. I just don't think there's any Xbox studio that can do that with a new IP other than Bethesda.
Yeah.
When
But
Bethesda
then
announced
even on that
Starfield, that was
argument,
exciting.
any Bethesda game that comes out surely is going to drop on the PlayStation as well.
Not necessarily. It's Xbox's. It's an Xbox company.
But you think it will be Xbox exclusive?
If Xbox have any fucking smart people there, they would not let Elder Scrolls anywhere near PlayStation, because that will be the game to make everyone go, oh fuck, we can't play this over here. We need to play over there. Or PC. That's the thing. Xbox are always going to be PC
Yeah.
and Xbox.
It
But
will
then
be
do
on
they
PC.
need-
And it won't. Oh no, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, but then do they need a better console to back that up as well?
I don't think the console's a problem. The console's a good console.
Yeah, but in
Yeah,
terms of
'cause
sort of going
it's-
forward, I think they need the console to back up the games in terms of going forward in like future strategy. Like you mentioned, obviously them having a stick where they plug it in, sort of thing.
Oh, sorry, yeah. That would be, if they go down that route, then they've got to make everything, they'll have to release on PlayStation. They
They'll just
wouldn't
go
be able to.
PC route if
Yeah.
they do that, won't
Yeah.
they? It'll just be.
But I
They'll
mean,
be
if
trying
they're
to
going to
rival
go down
Steam, which
the
will just be impossible.
Xbox Series Z or whatever, they're going to do it fucking next.
Yeah.
That's one other problem. They need to get a name and brand that works, because Xbox
Yeah.
is so shit. Like, even Nintendo got it better than them, and Nintendo's ain't great. I lost where I was going. Oh yeah, Elder Scrolls, Fallout 5 need to be, for Xbox's sake, Xbox exclusive, because they're the games that they have, which I truly believe are console sellers. I
Yeah,
don't think
I'd agree
Gears
with
is a
that.
console seller, like, fully anymore.
Yeah,
No.
Halo's not anymore. I think people have gotten to the point of Halo where it's like, again, we're doing this again.
yeah.
And probably
That-
some people think that with Gears, to be honest.
That literally applies to me because like I love Gears, and when they done Reloaded and that came to PlayStation, it's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to get it. But it's not going to be with Gears E-Day. Like
You're not
I
getting the
don't
console.
care. No,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
going to go out and buy an Xbox just because now it's not on PlayStation. Yeah, I'm gutted. I can't get it, but I've
You
got
need
Wolverine
more than
coming.
one, yes. But
Yeah,
say
there's
if
8 other games coming out.
say if this, obviously it's never going to happen, but say if this year Fallout 5 was coming, maybe not for you, but Fallout 5 or Elder Scrolls 6 was coming, then you'd be like, oh fuck.
That starts,
Yeah.
yeah, especially if they drop it in line with the new season of Fallout. I'm watching the show. I'm like, fuck, I want to play this. I'm
Exactly.
seeing the new trailers for the new game. I'm like, you fuckers, man. Like,
Yeah.
I would then start to think, do I need to get
be on?
an
Yeah,
Xbox?
exactly.
Yeah,
So Bethesda aside, Activision Call of Duty has to be everywhere, so they can't do anything about that. That's just a rule they have to abide by. But the Xbox studios, like, they don't have anything that is a console seller.
Yeah.
Even if they made
I agree.
Forza a console exclusive again, everyone on PlayStation would just go, okay, that's a shame, but we've got Gran Turismo. Like, it's not,
Yeah.
it's not the end of the fucking world.
we don't care enough about those games.
And I just don't think any of their studios could put up their logo and everyone be like, "Ah, yes, that's definitely going to be a game for me." Do you know what I mean? Which,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, all it takes is a
Yeah.
couple good games and you can turn that narrative around, and all of a sudden you have got something. But Sucker Punch put a logo up for a new game which isn't Ghost related, and everyone's gonna
Yeah.
be pumped for it. And they're what you'd probably consider a B tier PlayStation developer. Like, they're not the Naughty
Yeah, it's
Dogs and the
crazy.
Santa Monicas. Insomniac's probably above them as well. Yeah, the PlayStation's aura, let's call it aura, with their logos and the companies, is just absolutely insane. and I just don't think. You happy, Jack? You Chelsea won. Just saw that.
He doesn't
Yeah,
even know.
no, my connection's gone really bad as well.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah, it has. You're still here, Andy, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay,
I'm
good.
fine, I think.
But yeah, I just don't see how they have to make good games to change that narrative. The problem is it just too late now?
Yeah, that's the thing. It might be too late because all those developers you mentioned have got 3, 4 games behind them pretty much to back up their reputation. They need to. It's like for them, is it worth starting from scratch and being like starting to build up the reputation of certain developers and then getting those games out? Have they got the time to do that basically before they
Yeah,
start losing too many sales?
I guess one of the ways around it is you nick people because there are certain names out there that would attract the hype. For example, and I
Yeah,
don't think it would ever happen, if Xbox was to say to Neil Druckmann, "We'll give you any money you fucking want. Please come to so and so company over here, or start your own company at Xbox. Like make Naughty Dog 2, whatever you want to call it." Like then all of a sudden
yeah,
people
yeah,
go, "Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on that game." That's one way around it. You've got to find these people that have a reputation like Neil Druckmann. But unfortunately, they're all at fucking PlayStation, so the Xbox haven't got that.
Mm.
Um, and then,
But what about sorry, just to jump in, going off on that point, you can look at games like Claire Expedition 33. That's
okay,
their first game, right?
yes, so that's what I was going to go to next. Like, you could always say, why don't we go out and buy more companies? But that's all Xbox do, and then they just shut them down anyway.
You can't do
You
that.
can't just
Yeah,
keep doing that and
that's
doing that
the
and
other
doing that.
issue. I feel like they've got a few companies where they potentially could have made great games and they've shut them down. It's
Yeah,
like,
they've
yeah,
shut down. I'm sure you'll be back in a second. They're arguably the wrong game, the wrong studios. Um,
yeah.
which is just absolutely bonkers. Like, we'll see what happens to those studios, and I don't think they're all shut down. I think they're going to be sold or moved on or go
Or
independent. But
yeah, but that slows them down. That stops them from going at the pace that they want to go at in terms of getting those sort of games released. I think what's the developer that done Hellblade? Because that's one of them, isn't it?
Hellblade, Ninja
Is it
Fury,
Hellblade?
yeah, Ninja
Yeah.
Fury are up for sale, I believe.
And those I haven't played them, but I've heard good things about those games, and I think that's one of the bigger ones in terms of sort of the companies that are up for sale or
What did I call
being
them?
messed
Did I
around
call
by
them
Xbox.
Ninja Fury?
Ninja Theory.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah. While we're on this, I was streaming on Twitch earlier, and James was in there, and he said he would focus more on exclusives, which we've said that, balance what they
Yeah.
provide on Game Pass, which is probably the right way of actually saying it is balance it. Like
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
not do it.
Definitely.
Let's not do it how we're
Yeah.
doing it, and continue physical discs. Now that's actually a really interesting point because if you remember E3, I think it was an E3. It's basically when just before PS4 came out and Xbox One came out, and Xbox were gonna go down the route of, oh, you can't share your games, you have to always be online, this. And PlayStation did the famous video where they said, this is how you
They
share
just
games with
handed
your
the disc
friends, and
over.
they just handed a disc
Had a
over.
disc.
And
Yeah.
it's just, people would argue that that won them the console race because everyone was like, you've just owned Xbox there. Xbox have completely changed their strategy because you've just fucked them up.
Yeah.
So Xbox could come back here if they come out at, I think Gamescom's this week or next week, and said we are here and we are committing to physical discs. All of our games are going to be physical, and that is not changing for the foreseeable. All of a sudden, the narrative starts to turn a little bit. That's not enough. Don't get me wrong.
I,
Don't get me
yeah.
wrong.
I don't think that does anything, to be honest, because like PlayStation already come out and said, like in terms of numbers, like I know you like across social media, it looks like there's a lot of people complaining about physical disc, but in
Mm.
terms of actual numbers, in terms of
Yeah.
impacting sales and stuff, it's not doing anything like to PlayStation. They don't care.
No, and there's meant to be this big blackout this week, isn't there, of people not playing or not buying on PlayStation, but that's
Yeah.
not going to happen. Um, but I do think a lot of it is narrative and reputation, and I do think if they can just start to
Yeah.
improve the reputation slowly. He finishes off by saying they need new IP as well, which we've said. Which for me, I would continue to like partner up with people like Marvel, with people like EA at Star Wars, make some games like that.
Yeah.
I don't want them to buy more companies because I just feel like they're going to keep destroying these companies.
Yeah, making the same mistakes.
EA can't be bought now because they've been bought by Saudi Arabia, so that's gone. But Ubisoft are up for sale. I mean, you can't make Ubisoft worse, so maybe that's what they buy because Ubisoft are pretty fucked.
Mate, yeah. But,
But I think one developer that out there that could be, obviously you said the Clear Obscure one would be great for Xbox, but I don't want them to do it because I don't want them to fuck them up.
oh no. Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
But it's just like they're new, they've done a great game. That would be a perfect example of can they then get the second game that they do sort of thing on it as an Xbox
also
exclusive.
a perfect example of how one great game can change everything because the next time we see that logo pop up on screen,
exactly. Yeah.
Everyone, I mean, it's probably going to be a sequel or related in the universe, so it's not like it's a new thing. But even in 20 years' time, assuming they continue to be good, that logo comes up, everyone's like, here we go. This is what we're waiting for.
Yeah.
All it takes is that one good game. So all we need is, I don't know, the coalition to go, okay, we want to move on from Gears, we'll make such and such game. It's a hit, it's a 10 out of 10, whatever it is. All of a sudden, people are excited and people on PlayStation looking over going, yeah, we're missing out on that one. That's what it is. You said it earlier, Andy, FOMO. It's a big thing.
Yeah. But they need that on more than one project. It can't just be one game. There has to be multiple games for it.
For
in my
opinion,
opinion,
Xbox,
like,
yes,
yeah. Because I don't think I'm going to use James and Steven as an example here. They're both people that love playing on discs. They always buy discs for their game, sort of thing. But if Xbox came out and said they're sticking to physical discs, they're not all of a sudden going to jump over to Xbox just because they've got discs on Xbox. Like they don't have the right games to play on there. Like,
no,
won't make a difference.
They would see them in a positive light compared to Sony in terms of that argument. And then as soon as they say Fallout 5's here and Elder Scrolls 6, you can't touch them over there, it just starts to make you think, do I need an Xbox? That's what I think they need to do.
Yeah, the thing is, like, even if Xbox start to change the narrative and start to move that way in the right direction, PlayStation aren't going to lose anything because all those people are still going to be on PlayStation. And Xbox could be like, yeah, they have this cool new IP, a set of IPs, whatever, but then PlayStation come out, Last of Us 3. All the attention's back on PlayStation.
You're forgetting that the enemy or the PlayStation is still carrying on as they are. I think, what was his name? Phil Spencer was the previous CEO at Xbox.
Yeah.
And he did an interview with the Kind of Funny guys, and he said that PlayStation won the war on PlayStation 4, and that was the pivotal one because that is when people started building their digital libraries. Once you've got that digital library, it's effectively impossible to let go because if you just didn't buy a PS5 this time and went over to Xbox, having not had an Xbox, all those games you had, like even the third-party ones, you can't play because you have to buy it again on Xbox. So, and now we've had two consoles of it. Everyone who had a PS4 and a PS5, you've got this massive, massive catalog of digital games, or physical, even though they're going to be irrelevant soon. It's so hard to leave that. Like you said, like, yes, Xbox can start making all these games, but is it too late?
Yeah.
Because not everyone can afford both consoles. So they're going to be like, that's a shame I can't have that, but I can't sacrifice my 500 games for the free I want to play over there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, which is why at some point they might have to admit defeat and go publisher route, which is bad for everyone. Because if PlayStation don't have a proper competitor, then it ain't great.
That's the other issue. Like PlayStation need Xbox for consumers, not for Sony.
We need PlayStation to need Xbox. Have Xbox.
Yeah. Otherwise, then we don't want the quality of the PlayStation games to then start going down because they don't have a competitor.
I wouldn't worry about the quality. I'd worry about pricing maybe more and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think they'd. Well, I hope not.
I don't think price, like, there's only so much you can do with pricing in terms of, like, there will be a limit that they will, if they go over it, people will start to be annoyed and stop buying their games. Like, I personally think.
And I think GTA have saved us all this year by not going crazy with their price.
Yeah,
if they 100%. Went, I mean, don't get me wrong, everyone's pre-ordering the Ultimate, which is the expensive version, but people have been making Ultimate editions of games for years. It's not a GTA thing. If GTA had made their standard 100, then I think we'd start to see a shift So I think Rockstar have done the world a favor. 'Cause they know they're going to make a
Massively.
fucking $1 trillion anyway. So we're on Game Pass. We've kind of all decided they need to balance it out a bit. Maybe go away from the first party titles on day one, piss people off, but maybe just deal with that heat for a while. Exclusives, they need brand new IP, which is good IP. But if you were Xbox today, you're the CEO, you're going around all these companies, what game, as per the poll, or any other game you can think of that they own or can make a sequel of, whatever, what would you focus on first, Jack? It can be multiple games. You can say like this,
Apologies
this,
if
and
my
this.
connection's still bad.
No, it seems better now.
Okay. Yeah, like you said earlier, I think Bethesda is their biggest selling point.
Yeah.
I think I was going to make a point earlier, and then my internet started bugging out, and it got me worried. I think out of all their current, like, so not counting studios they've bought, just of what their like homegrown games are, I think Forza is really the only one that sells stupidly high. I think Halo and Gears have still got good player bases and people who want to buy them games, but I think Forza is one of them games where it'll just be bought by a way larger amount of people. And I think, like, when we compare it to PlayStation, you could argue that games like God of War, especially after Steven's review, are more specialized towards one certain type of gamer. But
I would
well,
still
not one
call
type
that.
of gamer,
I'd
but
still
like
call that
someone
a
who actually
mainstream
enjoys their
game,
game.
though. It's like a mainstream gamer.
Oh no,
No?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it,
Okay.
yeah, but that was the point I was going to make. Is like, but it's the combat is so good and the story is so good that somebody who might not even really like those type of games will go, yeah, I'll try that. And I think, like, yeah. So looking at that, I think I don't really think they can take the Halo anywhere. We'll see after E-Day whether they can do much more with Gears. But I think, yeah, they need to just go to Bethesda and be like, look, we need you to get the next Elder Scrolls out, and we need a good update on Fallout 5 of when it's going to be coming, or hopefully quite soon. But other than that, I think, yeah, focus on Bethesda because they're going to be the company that will make you money, and just spend way less money buying companies. Because once you've bought them, it's going to be a struggle to sell them, and they just lay them off, which just isn't right. Instead of maybe even trying to claw back some money, but yeah,
Just trying to remember. Didn't Bethesda post like what they're doing?
they did say Fallout 5 was coming. I think.
Yeah. When
I
was
don't know if
that?
it had a
Was that
date
ages ago?
attached to it.
It's been ages ago. Here we go. Okay. So yeah, Bethesda posted 17th of July, so just over a month ago. Starfield continues. When they say that, they mean just continuing to support it and develop it and whatever. Some Elder Scrolls construction set, which is like making it as yourself, you be the player. Remasters of Fallout 3 and New Vegas. Now, again, if I'm them, it's not going to
Need them out ASAP.
get them out ASAP, 100%. But also, particularly because of the TV show. But also, they're not going to be console sellers. But it can be the start of saying to PlayStation players, "Look, you ain't getting them. This is it."
Yeah, but would it be better to not make them Xbox exclusives?
Make
PlayStation players
Fallout
get
3.
them,
Yeah.
but then Fallout 5 is
Yes.
the
That's a great
exclusive.
argument. Yeah.
Need to Google that. Yeah, because surely the Xbox will still get a cut from that.
Oh, they could. Yeah, if it goes on PlayStation, they still get a cut, but
Yeah,
Sony will get
even though it's
30%
Bethesda,
of
they'll
it.
still get a cut. Yeah.
Yeah, they own Xbox. They own Bethesda. Obsidian
Elder Scrolls is expected to come to PlayStation.
expected. So was Gears E-Day.
I feel
Yeah.
like Bethesda, when they got bought out, they
It
would have
won't
said.
be. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, but
I feel like they would have put a clause in to say like we're not just being exclusive, which which is all I've always
Starfield
struggled
started
with.
as an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, I guess so. Started is the main word there.
Started, but then Xbox had their whole
That still
strategy of
gives them a
moving everything
chance.
over.
Yeah,
Obsidian, who made Fallout New Vegas last year, did Avowed and Outer Worlds 2, are making a new Fallout game, which is exciting.
Avowed was a Xbox timed exclusive as well, wasn't it?
And Outer Worlds 2, I think. So but
Yeah.
again, they could have been pure exclusives, but at the time, Xbox's strategy was
Yeah,
6 months later. Fallout 76, blah blah. New TV show, obviously. Blah blah blah, and then Fallout 5 remains our long-term destination, which just sounds like it's a mile away.
Yeah.
So on Google it said 2030s, which is Xbox could be done by
so
then.
depressing.
That's mental.
And obviously it says Elder Scrolls 6 is still in the way. And I believe the new CEO, tweeted the other day saying she'd played it, trying to get a bit of hype.
Okay.
That.
Interesting.
Jack, you mentioned Halo has a good player base.
Well, maybe it does. I don't think it does at all, actually, if I'm completely honest.
So,
but, like,
currently,
I'd say it falls in.
There's
I was just gonna say, I
5,000
think it
people
falls.
playing the Master Chief Collection.
Okay, yeah, that's bad. But I think it falls in line with Gears of that there's really loyal fans. Maybe is the point I was
Yes.
trying to make instead
Yes.
of good player base.
So,
But
Halo Infinite currently has, this is Steam, so not Xbox.
yeah.
But Steam, Halo Infinite has 1,500, which is just
Yeah.
nothing. Obviously, it had an all-time peak of 272,000, but I do wonder how quickly that dropped off. And
Do you know,
Gears, Gears, fuck me. Gears has
Like,
764 people on it right now. Gears 5.
Yeah.
Really?
Gears 5.
Oh my god.
Gears 5.
What about Reloaded?
It's not on there.
It's on Steam.
Yeah, but it's not coming up on here, which might mean
Oh,
0.
Yeah. Fair point.
And Gears 5 had an all-time peak of 10,000. That's horrendous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to be fair, that released on PC, well, on Steam after.
Yes, you're right. It started as an Xbox PC release.
It was on PC, but it was
Yeah.
it was only through their Xbox app.
As a fair
So
argument. I'll give him a slide
that's
on that one. Yeah,
that's not too much of a surprise, to be fair.
fine.
But then one thing I've always found weird is when E-Day comes out, I'll be buying it through Steam because I've always felt I've played Gears 5 through Game Pass and then I bought it on Steam because it was only like £7. I've always found it weird that E-Day is going to release on Steam as well as on just through the Xbox app. I know they'll get a cut of it.
Yeah,
Well, they'll probably get the bulk of them. They'll probably get the bulk of the money.
If it's like
but-
Sony I think keep 30%.
Yeah. So they'll still make money for it. But I've always found it weird that why would you do that if you're trying to grow Xbox, not just on console, but on PC as well? It's like, if you want me to buy this game day one, just make it on the Xbox app, because most people who play on PC will just go to Steam because most of the games are in the Steam library, and it's just nicer to have everything there.
Yeah,
Which, yeah, I don't really understand that.
I agree.
Like
I completely agree.
Forza released on Steam as well, exactly the same time.
But is it
and
just to get
I imagine,
access to more people?
yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Because you can have a big thing on the front of Steam saying, "Here's Gears E-Day, buy it now." Blah blah.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, not
No-
everyone's like us. Not everyone keeps up to date and knows all the releases coming. Like
Yeah.
some people will log
True.
onto Steam and go, "What the fuck is that?"
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. But yeah, one thing I found weird as well is I bought Forza through the Xbox app, but I done it through like one of the many code websites there are.
Yeah.
And where they buy a game in a different country, and because of conversion rates, blah blah blah, they can sell it lower. I bought it on the day after it came out for £35, which means that website haven't made a profit on it. Xbox have lost out on the sale to me, even though they made a sale to the website company.
Yeah.
But that website company has also made a profit. So they've made less than what I should have been paying £70 for. I've paid £35 for, and that website has paid maximum probably between 25 to 30 on it, which I've found weird for how they're doing their PC releases, because you can still like gift codes to friends, as well. PlayStation have I feel like they've chucked that out, haven't they?
Yeah, I've never given a code
you-
to. What do you mean?
No, well, like if you buy a game on the store, you
Yeah.
might be able to gift it straight to a friend, but you used to be able to like buy it, get the code for it, and then so that's how they sell it on.
Ah, okay. No, I've never
As where
heard of that.
PlayStation have cut that
I
out.
think you can buy a game for someone and send it straight to them. I think you're right, but
Yeah, yeah. As where like Nintendo don't do that at all because they've realized like fuck code websites are gonna fuck us over here. So like I just found it weird that I could buy a brand new game for 35 quid and none of that money's gone to Xbox.
yeah.
But they have a player on but they have a player but someone playing their brand new game, they're like, wow, look, we got a new player, but he didn't give us the money. Like
Well, it's just
yeah,
like a
it's just
Game
another
Pass
weird thing
subscriber,
I've
isn't it?
yeah, yeah. But then, for that's 2 months of Game Pass now. You got to buy the game, and
Yeah.
it's there. So I found that quite weird. That's going on through Xbox at the moment. But yeah, yeah. I do struggle with their PC stuff because I think if they do bin off consoles and focus on PC, Steam is such a monopoly at the moment on PC that it's like, how are you gonna push it? Because Game Pass won't be it, and you can't suddenly make all your games cheap because nobody will buy Game Pass.
Yeah, well, no, exactly. It is a problem. Andy, what game would you focus on?
Yes. I think it depends on timing because originally, obviously, in the poll I said Blade, but that was me thinking like if Wolverine came out, then that would be the perfect game for Xbox to launch because it's Marvel, like it's got Marvel on it, sort of thing. But long term, it probably would be more Fallout, just because obviously I think the TV show's got a lot of hype around it. There's going to be a few more seasons of that for sure. I think Fallout would be like the perfect game to market around the TV show as well. It's a bit like the Last of Us TV show, like that was hype because the game was so good, sort of thing, and that would be vice versa with Fallout. I think they've got a whole brand there with what they can do with that. So I think that would be the better game for them to focus on.
Yeah,
Just makes more sense.
I would agree. As much as I love Gears, obviously we get any day anyway, but Gears 6 can take a back seat for now, I think. Unless E-Day's terrible, we need something straight away. For me, as someone who likes Halo and really enjoyed Halo Infinite, I do think they need to take a break. I get why they don't because it's their mascot, it's their big thing.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do it properly. Make it fucking amazing. Make it the next Halo 3 or Halo Reach was a good one actually. Don't just make another Infinite where it was like, yeah, it's good, but you didn't quite get it perfect to make everyone want to play. But I would focus on IP that we know, 100% Fallout. Just
Yeah. Plus, that's more like when for me as a PlayStation person, like when I think of Halo, I don't think of that as a great campaign game. Like I think of that as another multiplayer shooter game that I'm not going to buy. And they might have good campaigns,
they have
but
campaigns.
I wouldn't know that. Whereas with like Fallout, I'm not thinking multiplayer. I'm thinking story, and that's what they need more of. I think in terms of how they make people think on the other side.
But I will also add the argument that they can't just become the console that has the big RPG games. They can't just be Fallouts and Skyrims or whatever they call the next one. The reason PlayStation's so well is because their games are mainstream games. They're the God of Wars, the Horizons, the
Yeah.
Last of Us is the Uncharted. They're single player short-ish. I mean, they have RPG elements to them, but they're not these massive sprawling Fallout games.
Yeah. But I think if they have like Fallout and then they've got games like Clockwork and Blade as well alongside them, then that all of a sudden you've got a really good catalog there, RPG and story-driven games.
Yeah, there's definitely a way for them to do it. If I had to be completely honest, I think they're just too late. I think they've just missed it, and I fear that they will be gone. I think there'll be one more console.
What if they because like a big part of gaming now is streaming and streamers. Why don't they try and collab more with streamers in terms of getting games out there?
Because does it work that much? Have you
I
ever
think it
watched someone
does.
stream a game and gone, I'm going to get that?
Well, for example, this year, I know you bought it anyway, Welchy, Resident Evil. Like when, and I know I haven't played it, so it might be a bad example, but when I was seeing clips of that, I was actually getting hyped to play it. But obviously, it's just too scary. A horror
that
game,
just happens to be a horror.
yeah, not my element. But if that was another game, and I'm seeing clips of that all over TikTok, and then all of a sudden I'm hyped to play it, and I go to search it and see it's Xbox only. It's like, okay, if there's a few games like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a route. I just don't think it's going to swing the tide that much.
Maybe not, but there are some big streamers out there, and obviously they'd have to get them on board. Like some streamers get over like 100,000 people sometimes,
If
or
they
like
could get iShow Speed
in
and
the
Kai
thousands.
Cenat to do a double stream like they just did on Minecraft, but they did it for Gears E Day, maybe that
Yeah,
would make people play. Yeah, maybe. But or it has to be a good game still, because if they do that and the game's
yeah,
shit,
it does.
then
Yeah, they obviously the
you
streamer
have the
would have to be on
exact
board and
opposite
have played it
effect.
before, and they actually
Yeah.
like it. Yeah, but like you just mentioned, Gears 5 has what 800 people on it. All of a sudden, you
On
got a streamer
Steam, yeah.
with 20,000 people playing it, with 20,000 people watching them play Gears 5. That can draw a big crowd.
All right. But we need to move on. But one more, a good for both of you, but definitely for Jack. PlayStation had Bloodborne.
Yeah,
Nintendo had Duskbloods. Should they just not go and make a Soulsborne game with what do you call them, From Software? Make the next Elden Ring, but exclusive to Xbox. Make a deal with them, because there's some diehard From Software fans that would be considering that.
I think it would be a good idea, but the only thing that's stopping that is Japanese company and Japanese consoles.
With
I think that is
Microsoft,
the
yeah. Great
yeah.
point.
They're just gonna be like, fuck you guys.
The caveat to that is they're trying to change that image, Xbox, and they have had a deal with the Persona. Who are the Persona developers? Can't remember who develops those games. But Persona 6 was announced at the Xbox showcase, like it's an Xbox
Yeah,
thing now.
yeah, it
So
was.
they're trying to change that narrative. Final Fantasy games are starting to come over to Xbox. So, but that's a good point. Most Japanese companies want to work with Japanese companies.
Yeah, but no, they could maybe strike up a deal. It just, I think, Xbox have shot themselves in the foot, haven't they, with uh, how they've conducted themselves since the new consoles have come out.
Yeah,
That,
the PS4 era really fucked them so badly.
yeah,
It's such a shame.
that I just think, yeah, like a company like From Software will be like, no, look, we'll still happily release games on your console, but we're not
Not
doing it
exclusive. Yeah.
exclusive.
Or you pay us
yeah.
all the sales we're going to lose on PlayStation,
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
going to be a ton of money. So yeah, might not be the
I
best
feel like
route.
too many people just switched over to PlayStation 5 when the PS4 was over. Like even I know I've been PlayStation anyway, but like my brother, who's always had an Xbox, he didn't even think about getting an Xbox when the PlayStation 5 was announced. He got
Crazy,
PlayStation
isn't
Neither
5
did
it?
I.
now.
The reputation of that company has just gone so downhill. It's for people who don't even play games that often are noticing it,
Yeah, yeah. And
and that's
my
crazy.
brother's not someone that like he has played the exclusives on PlayStation like God of War and stuff. But he wouldn't like I know for a fact he wouldn't have been thinking about those games when he bought the PlayStation 5.
No
I think, yeah, just PlayStation's run of exclusives in that PS4 era was so
generational.
good
Yeah,
that
unbelievable.
all the people on Xbox, yeah, like you said earlier, just FOMO, and we're just like, well, I'm not gonna let that happen
Yeah,
again.
and
So
then
Oh yeah.
when they
straight
announced
away,
the PS5, they're like, "Oh, here's Miles Morales," and everyone's like, "Oh, fucking hell, fine, we'll buy the
let's take
PS5."
another one. Not another one.
And then I think the one after that they said, "And here's Ragnarok, and here's Spider-Man 2, and Wolverine."
Yeah,
So, fuck me. Of course, we're getting a PlayStation
was
5.
a Horizon game? Was that
Horizon was
PS5? Or were they
around that
both
time as
PS4?
well.
Yeah,
Horizon, the second one was PS5. Yeah,
yeah, just
Yeah.
loads.
It dropped with Demon Souls as well, didn't it? And that's obviously
Demon Souls
Souls.
Yeah, that
remake
was
as well. Yeah,
a release. Yeah,
yeah, mental. Yeah, I think we've tried to save Xbox, but I think we kind of all agree it's just not going to happen.
it's not
It-
save. It's not
There's no
savable.
saving Xbox. That's the answer.
It's the Titanic.
That's why I wrote down at the beginning. We can't. Too late.
That's all my notes.
There you have it. The official
Special ones.
answer is they're fucked. Hopefully not. Hopefully they can figure it out.
It'll be funny. Like tomorrow, this always happens. Xbox is shining down.
We saw their podcast and we completely agree.
Yeah, we agree. We can't find a way out. We're fucking cancelling everything. PlayStation can have all of our IP, whatever. I think they'd rather get it than Nintendo, actually. Cool. Well, there you go. That's how you save Xbox. You can't. We're going to move on now, but we're going to take a quick break before we play a quick little game. Welcome back to the Late Night Gamer podcast. We have just decided or discussed how to save Xbox. We are now going to have a quick little game. Well, I say game, it's a quiz. I've got a quiz for you guys, and I found it online. It's a PlayStation 4 exclusives quiz.
Oh God. Okay.
Now, I haven't decided how we're going to do this. We can either do it as you two just try and beat it together and try and get a perfect score. I think we'll do that. Let's see if you two, as a collective, can get a perfect score. It's only 10 questions.
Okay.
Should be easy.
Yeah. See what sort of questions they are.
Yeah. Are you both ready?
Yes.
Question 1. Which studio is behind the development of 2015's The Order 1886? Now, hang on. I should say this question is multiple choice. So,
Okay.
is it Ready at Dawn, Spearhead Games, Hello Games, or Creative Assembly? I just realized this probably didn't even help you, but the answer's there somewhere. I'll repeat them. Ready at Dawn, Spearhead Games, Hello Games, or Creative Assembly?
What's the second one you said?
Spearhead Games.
You read them again.
Okay, so A, Ready at Dawn.
Yep.
B, Spearhead Games. C, Hello Games. D, Creative Assembly.
The funny thing about this is when PlayStation did have this, and I lent it to you, Welchy.
You did, and I platinumed it. Fucking great game.
I'm just trying to think, what did it say on the case?
It said one of those 4 names.
I think it's A.
That, like the name of that developer makes sense for the type of game it is in my head, but for some reason, B, Spearhead Games is jumping out at me.
What one are you going to go with? I mean, you'd sound like you thought A anyway, Andy.
Yeah,
No,
now you feel like you're saying that because it's wrong. No, but...
I can't see the answer.
Oh,
I can't see the answer. I've got to press it to find out. I know the answer.
Right.
Oh, you know the answer?
Yeah.
Bastard.
I don't know. It really would be a guess either way, Jack. I think unless you like think you actually know it.
No, I don't actually know it. It's a guess. I don't.
It would be A or B for me. So if you're saying A, then we'll
I'll
select
flip
A.
the
But for some reason,
Let's flip a coin.
is jumping out at you.
No, okay. A is.
There's probably none of them.
Ready at Dawn. Oh, one of those where it doesn't tell you to the end. This is exciting.
Oh.
Like, so,
you already know it, so just tell us.
Oh, wait. Has it? No, yeah, it doesn't tell us to the end. I've got to do the whole 10, then I've got to press like done.
Oh, okay. Right.
Question 2. Little Big Planet 3, 2014's entry in the Creative Platforming series, features the voice of which British actor as the game's bad guy, Newton, known for his comedic partnership with the game's narrator, as well as playing a grumpy doctor in a highly popular US television series. Now, the answers are Matt Lucas, Charlie Higson, Hugh Laurie, or David Mitchell.
It sounds like Jack knows it.
He plays House, doesn't he? House MD.
He is House MD, yes. It might be an answer. Okay.
Great TV show.
Question 3. Which Insomniac Games developed 2016 game is a reimagining of a 2002 PlayStation 2 game and was marketed as being the game based on the movie based on the game?
Movie based on what? That just threw me off.
Okay, I'll read it again. Which Insomniac Games developed 2016 game is a reimagining of a 2002 PlayStation game and was marketed as being the game based on the movie based on the game? So the options are Resistance,
Here we go. Yeah.
Disruptor, Spyro, or Ratchet and Clank.
Is there a Spyro movie? Because I was
think
thinking Spyro before you said any answers, but game to
wait, it was 2015 as well, wasn't it?
2016.
Oh, 2016.
Was well, that's pretty.
There was a Ratchet and Clank film, wasn't there?
I feel like I cannot answer this question.
If there is, I haven't seen it.
2002. Was that the first Ratchet and Clank?
I'll have to press you guys for an answer.
I'm not too sure.
So,
I don't know if there's been a Spyro movie either.
so the
I don't think.
options are just Resistance, Disruptor, Spyro, or Ratchet and Clank.
Resistance sounds like a movie name as well, but
Yeah, it does. But was there one in 2002? There could have been. There could have been.
in terms
I
of
feel like
like, yeah,
No, I was only gonna say. I feel like if Resistance is the game I'm thinking of, did it have? Was it like an alien skull as the cover? Yeah. I feel like that came out before 2016.
maybe you might be right. Maybe Ratchet and Clank, because there probably is a fucking movie out there somewhere.
And that tagline is sort of fits in with it because they did do a new Ratchet and Clank, didn't they? And it was based more off the movie that came out. Was it a retelling of like the first game? And you're smiling like the Grinch.
I'm not allowed to say anything. You're asking me questions that I would love to answer, but I can't answer them.
I'd say go Ratchet and Clank.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question 4. Although it was hit with delays and some significant setbacks during development and after release 2, which PlayStation 4 exclusive was a 2014 release by Evolution Studios? Was it Drive Club, Assetto Corsa, The Crew, or Project Cars?
I think it's Drive Club.
I'm happy to take that.
Okay, Drive Club.
Because I remember. Yeah, I remember. Sorry, Drive Club. I accidentally bought that game when I thought it was coming out for free.
Question 5. Riding high on the success of the Dark Souls games, From Software brought which game exclusively to the PlayStation 4 in 2015? Do I need to read these out?
No.
No.
Everyone's Bloodborne.
Bloodborne, okay. One of the options is Bloodborne. Now, question
Imagine
6.
it wasn't there.
A Thief's End was released in 2016 as the final entry in which acclaimed series that began life in the early days of PlayStation 3?
It's Uncharted, obviously.
Begins with a U.
Uncharted is one of the options. The other options are Devil May Cry, A Thief's End, God of War, A Thief's End, or Metal Gear Solid,
I've heard of
A Thief's End.
The God of War one rings a bell now.
These questions are very different in terms of their
difficulty.
Yeah. Question 7. 2015's Tearaway Unfolded was a re-release of the game Tearaway, which initially appeared on which platform? PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, PlayStation 2, PlayStation Portable. PSP.
I feel like this will be one of those. I feel like it's going to be PlayStation Vita.
Do you know the Tearaway series?
I do not.
No.
Okay.
But I feel like it could be. I'm happy with Vita. The thing
I just feel like
Tearaway, that feels like it could be like a touchscreen thing using the Vita.
Yeah, I just feel like in terms of logic, why would it be like PlayStation 2 to like PlayStation 4 or like PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4? Like that's like standard, isn't it?
Could be a remake. Any like the Ratchet and Clank one.
Yeah, I know, but like there's like
I'm fine with Vita.
Okay, Vita it is. Question 8. What subtitle was attached to the 2013 Killzone game, which launched alongside the PlayStation 4? Was it A, Ghosts, B, Mercenary, C, Shadowfall, or D, Liberation?
It's C. I think it's C.
I'm fine with C.
Okay, Shadowfall. 9. This one is not multiple choice, so you need to answer this one correctly.
Okay.
Question 9. with a new protagonist at the fore and a chaotic range of new powers to control, of which series was 2014's Second Son a part of?
Infamous. It's funny I was talking about that earlier.
Is that just a personal question of your own? It's not
I
even
know.
on the list.
I
Like,
promise. This is actually a really cool quiz because I could have made a lot of these questions, but it wasn't me.
you just made every single one up.
Question 10. Final question. Which influential figure at Sony and chief architect of the PlayStation 4 itself was responsible for writing and directing Knack, a launch title? This is a good question. A. Ted Price. B. Mark Cerny. C. Hideo Kojima. And D. Phil Spencer.
You laughed more with C. Why are you laughing more with C? Eh?
Do you know who these people are?
Some of them.
It's not going to be Hideo
Oh,
Kojima.
It's not going to be, yeah. That's why I
Yeah,
laughed.
that's why you laugh.
It's a ridiculous
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
And I think we spoke about one of them earlier as well, so you should know it's not
Yeah,
them.
Phil.
Yeah.
So it's
So
A
it's
or
either A
B.
or B.
Ted Price or Mark Cerny.
I feel like
I know
Welchy
the
gave away
answer.
it's B.
I know the
I
answer.
think it's B.
How did I
Based on
give that
Welchy's
away?
expressions.
You did. You got a terrible poker face.
I didn't. I'd have to watch that back. I don't know what I did.
No, I'll go for B as well.
B?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I think that confirms it.
Are you sure?
No,
Yeah, 'cause now you're
but
trying to get us to change.
Okay. So I'm going to submit your answers. How well do you think you've done?
6 out of 10.
7.
Let's be a bit modest.
I can confirm that you have got. They're going to tell me? 10 out of 10. Well done, guys. That was solid.
Hey, let's go.
That was very good.
Well, even
I
what
started
was the
doubting
ones,
myself.
what was the ones we definitely did get?
So the first question, I was so glad you got it because it was which studio is behind development of The Order 1886. You correctly got Ready at Dawn.
Nice.
When Andy was going, is it Spearhead? I was like, oh no, they're so close. Don't fuck it up. So only 54% of people have got that one right.
Wow.
I mean,
Okay.
I know you technically guessed it, but still.
We did go
you got it
50-50
right.
on it.
Yeah. Hugh Laurie, you knew from Little Big Planet, so that was one.
Yeah.
64% of people got that one right.
I would not have got that if they didn't have the clue about him being an American doctor. Yeah.
That was very helpful. When I read the question, I was like, fuck me, it's so
extremely
easy. Question 3 about the PlayStation Insomniac game that they reimagined a reimagining of a 2002 PlayStation 2 game, which was marketed as the game based on a movie based on the game, was Ratchet and Clank, of course. It was a movie that released in 2016. I watched the movie and it's okay. And the game has cutscenes from that. The cutscenes are taken literally from the movie. And I tried uploading a Let's Play to YouTube and I got told, nope, you're not doing that.
No.
That's a movie.
Oh, no. That's funny.
69% of people got that one right. Andy, you was good to get Drive Club on that one. That was 54%.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bloodborne, 70%. That's the highest one so far. Uncharted was correct on the Thief's End. 67%, less than the Bloodborne one. I can't believe people would get that one wrong. 2015, Tearaway Unfolded was PlayStation Vita. Well done.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just logic. Like,
yeah,
it made the most sense for it to go from like that sort of console to.
But only 52%. Killzone Shadowfall was correct, and Infamous was correct, and Mark Cerny was correct. And Mark Cerny was the least correct answer, 48%.
Nice.
Cool.
Well done, guys. That was very impressive. I mean, a lot of those were easy, but a lot of those were you was close to
just take
picking
the credit away.
That was fun. I like doing that. I'm going to save this website because that was good. How do I do that? Control D? Yeah.
Let us know how you got on at home. Did you get 10 out of 10?
They're probably screaming at the telly going, of course it's fucking PlayStation Vita. Or Ratchet and Clank. That one was annoying me that YouTube had taken a while on that one. I was like, come on, guys.
I was just trying to remember
I
if
know
I
it's
could think
different
of a movie
different
and
when
I'll
you're
throw
in
it
the
up.
seat, but
Mhm.
okay. Let's move on to what we've been playing. What we've been playing. I think I'm going to redo those jingles because they sound horrendous. Cool. What have we been playing this week? Andy, nothing. Fortnite.
No, I haven't even been playing Fortnite. It's just been busy because I haven't even had access to my PlayStation for the last since Thursday. We've been at Best Mums,
Okay.
and then we've obviously been in London Saturday and Sunday, like all day. I'm literally just got back home earlier today. But
There's this console
what I will be
called the
playing?
PlayStation Portal, Andy, which would help you to play your PlayStation wherever you are.
That must really. I didn't know that existed.
No.
Damn.
You ask Stephen about it.
I,
He's got one.
I would not buy a PlayStation Portal. If I was going to, I'd buy a Switch.
Oh yeah, of course,
We'll do that.
or buy a Switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
But no,
thinking
yeah,
more because
hopefully
you
over
said you
this
didn't have
week.
access to it.
Yeah. Hopefully over this week. Like I'm in that mood at the moment where I'm like, I can't be asked to play anything. Even though I still need to play Black Flag, which I know is a good game and I like it. But I'm sitting here thinking, I can't be bothered. I just want to. I'm waiting for Wolverine and play that. But yeah, we'll see what I play.
Or Marvel Token. No Marvel Token, Andy.
I have no desire to play that.
Fair enough. Jack, what have you? Oh, you beat Splatoon Raiders.
Yeah. So still the same as last week. It's getting on with Splatoon Raiders. I finally did get the credits to roll on it. It was quite a short game. I think it doesn't give you the exact time played on Nintendo, which is I still find a really annoying feature that they
Yeah.
do. Is there a way to check properly, or maybe I don't think there is.
I think actually on the phone it might be more accurate. Hang on, you carry on talking. Have a look. I got to re-download the app.
Oh no, yeah, but I don't even know if I've reconnected it to the internet since I first started
No, but I
playing
can
it.
check my one, see if it's just got different.
Oh no,
Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. But yeah, it says over 15 hours, but I know that came up maybe 2 to 3 hours before I finished it. So it's definitely at least an 18-hour game, but definitely under 20. So quite a nice short game, and there's still plenty to do now that I've finished it. There's a bit of an end game in it, like 3 new islands have popped up after I finished the game, so that's something I can carry on with. But yeah, still really high reviews for it of what I gave last time. I think I'd still happily give it a 9. It was just such a really, really fun game to play, really quick to play. I think some of the levels were longer, but like we're talking, some of them might be like a 10-minute level where you're grinding out a bit more stuff to come back to one main crystal that you have to get.
Mhm.
But like even then, that's so much shorter than, or it's like one online game on COD, isn't it?
Yeah.
So to to have your longest level be 10. Actually, the ending ones might have been longer than 10 because you had to go down quite a lot of levels. But yeah, just a really fun game. The story is great. The characters are really
Great
funny,
story.
and well, not great. I wouldn't say great. Actually, story's good. It's serviceable for what it is because there
Okay.
isn't much of a story
That's
there.
better than like I could not tell you a fucking thing about Splatoon 2. Like yeah, I would just call it
No,
a pointless story.
well, it's not even really much of a story. It's more of a. It's just sort of like a little reasoning of why you're in the
Why are you
islands,
doing it? Okay.
and then or maybe there is, and I just haven't digged into it too much. But it's not like a well changing story. It was just fun to play, and like the dialogue between the characters was really good. It was funny. I found the trio of who are coming in with you just really funny. Shivers, a funny character, but yeah, I'm just excited to carry on playing it and then grind it out. There's a lot of I don't know where to use. Well, it's sort of like it's dungeons you have to clear. And now that I've finished it, last time I said there was spicy difficulty.
Yeah.
There's super spicy difficulty.
Okay.
Oh
So,
god.
so if you want to keep going through it and then clear out all the dungeons you've done again, that's like level 80, as where the spicy ones are about level 40. So I'm still 40 levels away from being a recommended level to go and do the super spicy ones. So maybe I might not put that much time into it with all the stuff that's coming out, but it's
Yeah.
something I can see, um, especially throughout the years, while more Switch games come out, and maybe when I'm traveling or go anywhere, or I just think I want to play something for 15 minutes. That's a game that I can go onto and just constantly keep grinding through stuff.
Yep.
And I will need to try out the online on it as well, because I imagine it's quite fun jumping in with other people to clear out the dungeons. It will almost feel like semi horde mode on Gears,
Hmm.
with everyone having their different builds, different powers that do different things. But yeah, I did find it really fun to play. It was fun to get all these different unlocks for the gadgets and then the trinkets that you have, which give you sort of different power ups, not power ups, different buffs.
Hmm.
Um, so it was fun to match them together, try the different tanks, and try and get a build going that works. Like, I think the easiest thing to say is I found a weapon that one of its buffs was when an enemy is scorched, damage goes up by like 5%, say. But you do have some weapons that have the scorched ability, so it's like applies burn to the enemies. But the weapon that had that buff of increasing damage with scorched didn't have scorched. But then I looked through my trinkets and there was one that was when you're in squid form, any enemies that touch you become scorched. So I was like, okay, perfect. Put that on. So you quickly spray some ink around, ride around within your squid
Yeah.
form, knock all the enemies, and then bang, clear them out, and you get more damage. And yeah, it's fun finding things like that because obviously going into your squid form near enemies is more dangerous, and like you might take damage, but then it's just another multiplier the game adds to add that little bit more fun in. But
Hmm.
yeah, it was a game I was excited for, and really happy that I did pick it up. And I think I am still happy with giving it a 9. Yeah.
Cool. You've definitely like made me want to at least play it at some point. Whether it'll be before Game of the Year this year, I don't know, but
Yeah.
just because of how much stuff's coming. But this is a game that's gone from I have zero interest because I like Splatoon 2 online. This isn't that. Like, it's not multiplayer. Like, in fighting each other. And I didn't buy free, so I didn't clearly like it that much.
Yeah.
To now being like, I feel like I'm missing out on a great game, and I don't like that. I don't like missing out on something like that. So, no, definitely on my radar now. Glad you enjoyed it. You played anything else? Has it just been Splatoon?
Uh, I did re-download Spider-Man 2
Oh yes, you said
because
yeah.
I thought after watching all the movies and then doing rewatches of Spider-Verse and everything, I thought, I'd like to swing around for a bit. So I did hop on that for maybe like an hour the other day, and it was really funny because in my head I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get on, like swing straight away, be straight into a fight or something. And then I loaded up my save where I had started a New Game Plus, and I was in the mission where he's doing the flashback in the school, and, and straight I know
Ah, I
where he's with
mean,
Harry, and
yeah.
it's fun the first time you play it through, but when you want to get on, you're expecting straight away to be in like the middle of the seat. I was like, fuck, why did I
Yes.
leave it
When you're
here?
when you're going on to
So
do something like swing around, it's annoying, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So like logged on, I was like, oh, for God's sake! So quickly done the mission, like sneaking around past the security guards and all that, and yeah, then just quickly gone on. But I think I was only like 5% through the story on the New Game Plus,
Yeah, that's like right
so
at the beginning, yeah.
I've yeah, so I've still got pretty much all of it to do, which is fun. And I think before Wolverine comes out, I will probably play a little bit more of it.
I actually re-downloaded it a while ago, maybe a couple months ago, more to show like my son is quite into Spider-Man in a minute, but like the kids cartoon one, I can't remember what it's called, Spidey and His Amazing Friend or something.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Yeah.
so I was like, oh, I'll show him this and he's gonna love it, and he liked it. But again, I started a new game, so I had to go through the whole fight with Sandman first. And even though you
yeah,
are swinging around in that bit a little bit, I wanted just to fling myself up in the air and go through the buildings, not just being fighting all the time. So I'd like to get back to that, but again, there's just too many games. Um, I've been playing a little game called Uncharted Drake's Fortune, also known as Uncharted 1. Um, I put it up to the Discord to decide. I put up a poll saying, what should I play tonight, which was last week sometime. It was a tie between Rematch and Uncharted, so I ended up playing both. I played Uncharted first, then Rematch after. Um, and yeah, I mean, I'm having a good time with it. It's an old game. It came out in 2007, I want to say. And you can feel it. Like, the controls aren't great all the time. Sometimes the camera gets a bit annoying. The sheer amount of enemies in this game is absolutely insane. And I read something recently, funnily enough, like only a couple of weeks ago, where one of the developers of this game said that they made the map and everything before making any of the gameplay. Like they just made a product first, and then once they started making it, they realized this is a really short game. Like we've not made enough here. Like this is gonna be a really short game. So one of the ways they've tried to make it longer was by having dynamic difficulty. So they would have something in the
Oh yeah,
background.
I saw
So
that. Yeah.
if you get through a zone too quick, they just up the difficulty themselves. And I was like, what the fuck? And I can feel it because I'm going into some things and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm getting like one shotted almost. It's insane. So it's a more difficult game than I remember, but I think it's because of that difficulty. Like you go through something too quick, do something too well, and they're like, shit, he's gonna finish it. The speed, let's slow him down.
They just
Yeah.
Um, which is it's an interesting way of doing it. Obviously, they should have just made a longer game or more worlds or stuff. But no, it's good seeing the origin of Nathan Drake, Elena, Sully. Obviously, iconic characters, fantastic characters. They don't really, for me, that gets really into those characters in 2, 3, and 4. Like this is kind of like the preamble. It's still good. It's still a good story. They still make me laugh a lot, especially Nate and Sully. They're just hilarious characters. But looking forward to finishing it. I'm 69% of the way through. Nice. So I should probably get it done this week. I'll be streaming tomorrow night. As recording, it's Monday. Fucking hell, it's Monday today.
Monday.
I will be streaming Tuesday, but not Wednesday. And then Thursday, Plague Tale comes out. So I've got to try and beat it tomorrow, really, because after Thursday, it's new game after new game after new game. But yeah, enjoying it. Also played a bit of Rematch. As always, me and Jack played again last week. It was fun. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to stop playing that game at this point. Like, even today, I was like, if we didn't have the podcast, I'd have probably played Rematch. I was in the mood for it. Oh, and going back to the Switch thing, Jack, it seems to be a bit more accurate on the phone. So, for example, for me, it says that I've played Pocopia for 19 hours or more. Whereas I
okay,
think
yeah,
on the Switch, it'd probably say 15 or more. I think on the Switch, it
yeah,
rounds
it
to
does
the
in like
fives.
5 increments.
So it's slightly more accurate. It still has the or more, but better than nothing. So
Yeah.
if you get the phone app, you can find out roughly what you put into it. I think that's all I've been playing. I've not played my Switch since getting back off holiday. I knew it would happen. I played it loads on holiday and then just drop it. But I'm looking forward to Plague Tale this week. I'm guessing reviews will start dropping Tuesday or Wednesday this week. I'm not expecting it to be the next best thing, but hopefully it's a fun game. You two, what's your next for you? Is it just Wolverine?
Yeah, I think
I
Wolverine.
think so. Yeah. I have got this week off, but I've got a lot of plans because obviously my birthday's coming up. But yeah, I don't know if I'm in the mood for the game. If I get in the mood for gaming, I don't know what game I'm going to play because yeah, Black Flag's obviously the latest game I bought, but I don't feel like playing at the moment, so I might end up playing something else that I've already played before.
Same for you, Jack.
Yeah, same. It'll be Wolverine. I think I am semi-tempted by Elden Ring on Switch, especially
Yeah.
uh if the gameplay does look smooth enough on it. But again, that can be something that I might end up picking up next year when there's a gap in games, and I think, oh, okay, it'd be nice to have that on handheld now.
Yeah.
So yeah, most likely it will be Wolverine.
It is crazy that we're just 3 weeks away from Wolverine now. It's
Yeah,
so close. I am.
Yeah.
My hype is definitely there. I think, as I've said before, Gears is definitely taking most of my hype at the minute. I'm very much cannot wait for October. And then obviously we've got GTA as well looming in the background. So I will still be hyped. I think right now I just haven't kind of been thinking about it, but I think as we get closer and closer, it's gonna be like, oh shit,
Yeah.
we're playing Wolverine. We're playing a new Insomniac game soon, which is gonna be amazing. We've got the Halloween the game as well, which is releasing, which Steven might be playing. And then after Wolverine, literally a week after Wolverine, we've got Control Resonant and Silent Hill Townfall. Busy time, and we're not even talking about games that we're not playing, like Onimusha Way of the Sword. I think comes out next week.
Yeah, I did wish list that because I think after the previews we got in the last lot of like Summer Games Fest and all that, I watched it and I thought, fuck, that does look good.
It does look good. It's just not particularly my kind of game. I wish I could get into those games like Elden Ring, but just not for me. Let's have a quick look at Fantasy Critic, because have we had anything release recently to increase the scores? So it says next game to release is mine, Resonance of Playtale, and Onimusha Wear the Sword.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Andy, you've got Fire Emblem coming out this month or next month?
Yeah, September. Yeah, September. Is it like 14th or something? Oh, I think it's near.
17th,
is it near
same week as Wolverine, yeah.
Yeah.
Any movement on Coven of the Chicken Foot?
Coven of the Chicken Foot, I mean, you can't get rid of it anyway.
It's not got a release date, is it?
It says TBA.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, because obviously they've got games coming in Germany this weekend.
Yeah.
They've mentioned something about Ties of Annihilation, so I'm hoping I'll get an update at least on that.
Yeah, that currently says TBA. Rayman Legends Retold. It says 1st of October, Andy, so you still got that one coming.
Yeah.
That's your final 3 games. We've got Star Wars Galactic Racer, early October as well.
Yeah.
Which looks really fucking cool. Warhammer, you got in December, Jack.
Yeah, it's just got to shit, isn't it?
You chose that game recently.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, I had no budget.
Professor Layton.
It's like going to the shop with 50p.
I am now more hyped in terms of Fantasy Critic for Dustbloods, because looking online, it seems like that game's pretty good. And it's no people aren't saying that.
I think it's good, but I think I'll really like it because I really liked Night Rain.
Yeah,
but I think it's just going to be how will critics respond to it.
Fair point. Well, either way, I'm hopeful it's coming out this year. That's the big thing.
Well,
not guaranteed.
Hasn't got an official yet, has it? Yeah. But I think it will.
Then I think, that's the only one on my list that currently isn't coming out. So I just need that to happen. Otherwise, Stephen's going to run away with it, and we can't let that happen.
Definitely not.
Cool. Well, that is going to do it for tonight's episode of the Late Night Gamer podcast. Let us know what you thought of our plans, or lack of how to save Xbox. Drop your thoughts in the comments or tag us on socials at the Late Night Pods. You can also join our Discord using the link in the description to get your messages in before we record our podcasts. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to follow and subscribe wherever you are listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next episode. Speaking of which, next time we are discussing the top 10 iconic video game franchises, another top 10 episode. So you won't want to miss that one. I will also be talking about Resonance of Playtale. I just don't think I would have beaten it at that point to fully review it. Until then, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I have been your host, Welchy, joined as always by my co-hosts, Andy.
Yeah, thank you as always, guys. It's been a pleasure. And this is me checking Stephen's God of War rating.
And also Jack.
Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure again. And looking forward to the next episode.
Thank you all for listening, and keep on gaming.